Hi fam, welcome back again to the channel. How are you all doing? Hope you are doing amazing. As you can see, I'm all bubbly. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video, especially if this is your first time. I want to believe it will not be the last. So please join the amazing family by clicking on the subscribe button. Also turn on the notification bell so that you get notified each time I upload new videos. Yeah. So guys, this video is going to be ranting and freestyling. Here I'm just in my comfort zone, and I just thought to finally film this video or discuss this topic I've been meaning to discuss and talk to you guys about. Yeah, so you must have seen the title. I think I'm going to title this video finding a spouse or a partner abroad is very difficult. Yeah, one of the reasons I decided to film this video so many months ago is because it was so rampant in my DM. People were asking me questions. People were genuinely just expressing themselves, their fears about moving abroad, or they've moved abroad, the concerns they are having, and it's on this subject. And these are mostly ladies, yeah, because generally, maybe as Africans that we are, sometimes it's easier to believe, or we believe that it's more difficult to find a husband than it is to find a wife. I think one of the reasons is because in our culture, men are the ones that make the move. Yeah, they make the move, but for us, we are the receiving end. We just have to stay back until someone comes to us. If no one comes to us, we are on our own. But I think for guys, I actually agree because it's easier for them. They are the ones that do the asking. The worst that can happen is to get a rejection. Yeah, you'll be turned down. I know that's difficult, that's heartbreaking, but it's not the end of life. At least there's no way a guy goes to how many people and you eventually find someone. But for us at the receiving end, we just have to stay there, and that makes it more difficult. Yeah, but that's not what I'm here to discuss. I'm just here to have this chat. Let's have this conversation. Because I'm going to give you guys my own views, what I think, my advice, because I've answered these people. And of course, you know that for me, I got married. I came here single. I came to the UK 3 years ago as a single lady. Yeah. And of course, probably that's why people felt like coming to me or asking me these questions to know what I'll say about it. And let's jump right into it. So I've actually looked at this topic or this subject, and I think that if you ask me why do you think it's difficult finding a partner abroad, I'll say it's because it's abroad. Yes, it's because it's abroad. The fact remains that this is not your home country. You have more, what's it called? Like more citizens. Like you have more Oyibos. Okay, when I say Oyibos, in case you are not a Nigerian, I'm referring to citizens, British citizens, or the citizens of any country where you find yourself, as long as it's not your home country. Okay, so Oyibos are predominantly the ones here. So you find more Oyibos. If you go to work, how many of your colleagues are Nigerians or Africans, for instance? You can have a mixture of them, Africans, Asians, Brits, but when you look at it, you find out that you might have more of Oyibos, especially depending on the job you do, but most likely you will have more of them. So I think that's the reason, because we are not in our country. You are not in your country. That's why it's actually more difficult. Because when you are in your country, every bachelor out there on the streets is a potential husband. Every spinster out there is a potential wife, innit? But that's not the case when you are here. No, it's not the same. So I think that's what makes it difficult, okay? But then, of course, there are other factors. But most times, those factors are even people at home. Because when they say it's more difficult abroad, it doesn't mean that some people who are back home, it's easier for them. Some people still experience these struggles, but it's more difficult because it's abroad. Because other things you might want to talk about is some people that lock themselves in. You say you are single and searching, yet you don't socialize. where will husband come? Where will wife come? Okay, so that one can also contribute to it, especially in a country like UK, which I know very well, or abroad, because most times immigrants, especially the first few years of migrating, it's usually like days of little beginning. The struggle is so real. You find out that you are working around the clock. You don't even have time to socialize. You don't have time to do all those things. That's another factor why it can be more difficult. When you are back home, probably you can testify that you are not as busy as you are when you came here. That's the reality of abroad. For some people, maybe not for everybody, but I think for most people, that's how it is. They work harder because of the bills and everything. They work around the clock and they do all of that. So it kind of also makes it difficult because you can't easily socialize. Okay. So having said that, for me, if you ask me, how can you go about it? Like, is that the end of life? Does it mean that anyone that comes or that migrates as a single person will never get married? Fat lie. You're looking at one, for instance. I came here as a single, although I came here being in a relationship, but that's not, the relationship isn't my current marriage. So the thing is this, because um most people here, like I said, they are foreigners, they are Oibos. How then do you tackle this? I'm going to be talking because I know that some people prefer marrying, if they are Nigerians, they prefer marrying a Nigerian. If they are, or they prefer marrying African than marrying Oibos. So it's just like categorize it into two. There are people who will prefer marrying non-Oibos. There are people that they don't mind. So people that don't mind, they're happy to marry Oibo. They're happy to, get married to an Oibo person or become a partner, as they call it here. I think for them, we're not talking about them because it's easier. Oibos are everywhere. You can always catch one of them. But I'll be talking to those that would prefer marrying from their maybe continent, maybe let me not just say, but there are still people that will prefer to marry Nigerians because they are Nigerians. And when you come to Nigeria, there are even people that they'll prefer to marry from their tribe. That even makes it more difficult. But whichever you are, what is the way out, or what are the ways out? One thing I've noticed is that sometimes when people come here, they intentionally or unintentionally, they associate themselves from home and from friends back home. I said intentionally because those that intentionally do that, that's the worst. Intentionally, you just hang this shoulder pad around you, like, I'm now abroad, you're now a big boy, you're now a big girl, then you just cut cut off all your friends and all the relationships you have. You just cut them off. If you are single and you are doing that at your own detriment, because the chances of you finding your husband or your wife here is quite low. Kind of, not that it's not possible, but it's kind of low because you don't have many immigrants. And some people, for whatever reason, either before coming, they try to get married or be in a relationship before coming. Yeah. So you are doing that at your own detriment. So don't do that. Okay. Still try as much as possible. Some people do it unintentionally because of how they country is, especially for immigrants. When you migrate newly, you find out that it's so busy. Days of little beginning, you are working around the clock, like especially those studying and working at the same time. It's so busy, so difficult. Because, for instance, I think I'm a victim of that, or I'm guilty of that rather. I can't remember the last time I opened my WhatsApp, my Nigerian WhatsApp, which is where I have most contacts. Yeah, but you see, of course, I didn't start doing it. It was when my life got busier that it became like that. Okay. So I think you should try and intentionally still keep in touch with your friends and associates back home. Okay, if you know the things you used to do, I know some people want to live a quiet life. Okay, you used to be someone that posts on Facebook. That's how you still connect with your friends. You post WhatsApp status and all of that, and all of a sudden, because you are abroad, kind of feel like you don't either want people to know you are abroad or whatever. Well, that's your decision. But one way the people can actually still keep in touch with you, when you see someone's status, you reply, they reply, conversation starts and all of that. You put a picture on Facebook or Instagram, they like it, they see you, and that kind of communication still continues. Okay, because you might not even have time for you to go and say hi, hello, and all of that. But when you do that, I know that WhatsApp status or something is actually one avenue whereby you can still create conversation with people. So just still do all of that. Okay, even if it's you putting old pictures in case you think that people will not know. Some people will still not know that you have traveled. Yeah, so just go ahead and do the things you used to do. Keep in touch with people that you used to keep in touch, so you don't have that shoulder pad. Okay, that's the first thing I would say. So still keep in touch with people back home. Very, very important. Another thing I want to discuss, it might sound not really controversial, but let me, for lack of words, let me say might sound controversial, okay, is, this belief that people used to have. Okay, you are abroad already, you are here, okay, and then maybe someone that used to be a casual friend all of a sudden, because when you are a lady, for instance, you know when a guy is interested in you, and I think probably guys, they also know. I don't know how it works for them, but for me, I know that most times I'm correct. Maybe 95 to 99% of the times I'm correct when I know that a guy is interested in me, okay. So when you now find out that this person suddenly is interested in you, then sometimes you find out that people will start thinking, because I'm abroad now, that's why you are now coming, Abi, and all of that. And because of that, you just start cutting people off. Anybody that's interested in you. That's the thing about that. This one is well-meaning, but at your detriment. Not the one that you just hand shoulder pad and say, please, off you go, I'm now abroad. But this is another way that you do put that shoulder pad intentionally. I'm talking to you, yes, because someone approaches you, someone starts talking with you, is now in touch, and then you just feel that they are talking to you just because you are abroad, or maybe you term them gold diggers. Now let's talk about this a bit. I don't know, like I said, this might sound controversial, but the truth is that there is something that will attract someone to you. For some people, it might be money. For some people, it might be beauty or handsomeness. Some people, it might be smartness or something. The point is that there is always something that connects or that attracts someone to you. Okay? Is it wrong? Let me put it out like this. Is it wrong that what attracted someone to you is that you are abroad? Tell me, is it wrong? I'm not saying that that should be the only thing. I'm just trying to create an awareness or make a point here, okay? Because someone started approaching you, the first thing that should come to your mind should not just be that it's because you are abroad. They are now gold diggers. They are looking for opportunity to come abroad because you are abroad. That might be true in most cases, but it's not totally wrong. Like I said, something will attract someone to you. That's my view, okay? Something will attract somebody to you. You think about it. Even you, when you are selfish, let's say you are here. You are here, and of course, you have someone in your own mind. If you know that, how some people, when they are here too, they start looking for a nurse to marry. Is a nurse they want. That's human beings for you. They're looking for a nurse. That doesn't mean that when they find the nurse, that they can't love this person and this person cannot love them in return. No. It's just that they know that's what we attract. That's what they want in their wife. The same way you have spec. Some people, their spec is that they want someone abroad. It's a spec too. Okay? But it's all about, that shouldn't be the only thing. Like I said, people that want to marry, especially guys, it's guys that do this most of the times, want to marry a nurse because they believe that when the wife comes over, the person will not be a liability. The person will be working and also be earning. Okay? So, they do that. If that's the only thing, you only marry this person and there is no love, there was no connection, no emotional attachment at the end of the day, I think that's when it becomes a problem. So when someone comes to you, back to the point, don't just, first of all, think that, it's because I'm abroad. That's why you are coming now, Abi. You do not see me all these years, Abi. This one and this one. The person might have seen you, but the person is now more interested. Don't take that for granted, okay? But my point is that shouldn't be the first thing. Still give that person chance. If it's, of course, this person should be someone that probably you've known. How is this person? Are there things about this person you like? Does this person like you? Okay, of course, it's not like once the person come and then you jump into relationship and the next thing you jump into marriage. No, take time, build the relationship, and of course, watch out. Red flags and all of that. The only thing is that when you will make this mistake is when you quickly jump into the marriage and the person only married you for something. But most times when the person come over, we are the one that give the person paper. Let's talk about it. Let me just say it in passing. That person is settled. Unlike people that when they come here, they'll be looking for an Oyibo person to give them paper and all of that. Which one do you prefer? That's on a lighter note. But like I said, there is a balance to this. I'm not saying that anybody that just approach you because you are desperate, don't sound desperate. Because you are desperate for a man, you are desperate for marriage. Because of that, anybody that comes, oh, you say yes to them immediately. Don't do that. You'll be digging your own grave, or maybe you won't be so happy in the long run. Okay, but I'm just trying to correct that notion, because I'm saying this because I know that my husband, for instance, some people were making those kind of comments. You are now abroad, though. You are now abroad, so be careful. All this person, do you know this person? Maybe it's because you are abroad and blah, that. No, I've known my husband since 2011. Yes, and of course, we've been talking on and off. He's one kind of brother that I don't like. I didn't like that brotherly part of him then. So even many times when he comes, I ignore him. He has never been serious, of course, all those years. But whenever he comes, he's one kind of brother I don't even want to talk to. You get what I mean? Yeah. But eventually, I didn't marry him out of desperation. He was not the only person. There are so many people that I turned down, even in my single state here, because I evaluated them and all of that. Story for another day, how me and my husband met and how we got married and all of that. But my point is, please, don't have this mindset, because that's another reason why it will be difficult for you to get married when you are here. Because anybody that comes from Nigeria, you think that person is a gold digger, and you are here waiting for only people that are living here. You get it? Yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about is the same thing about people not going out, not associating. When you are here, okay, join. If you are among those that prefer marrying from Africa or your tribe or anything, join an African church, join an African society. In Manchester, for instance, I know that Igbos, they have this gathering or whatever, this cultural whatever. You can always meet people there as well. Join an African church where you can meet single and searching people like you. Okay, associate with people, be open. Okay, it's just about that openness. It's something that will help you. But I think the most important one is all this shoulder pad people put on, and they just think because they are abroad, they cut ties with people back home. See, there is more percentage that when you come here single, and of course you are willing to get married, there is higher percentage that you find a spouse from back home than from here, especially if you are not interested in marrying an Oyibo. Okay, so don't cut those ties. Intentionally maintain the relationships that you have. Keep posting your WhatsApp status. Keep posting on Instagram. Like I said, if you don't want people to know you are abroad, still go and look for old pictures. Or if you're watching this video before coming abroad, start taking fine pictures that you will reserve, that you'll be posting. Yes, start doing all of that. And then when the time comes, voila, be giving it to them, and they'll be commenting, they'll be replying, and you can still keep conversations flowing if you don't want them to know you are here. But for how long can you keep that a secret anyways? Well, that's not what I'm here to say, and that's my views. I will really love to hear what you have to say about this. Why do you think it's difficult? Do you even agree that it's difficult to get a husband or a wife abroad? If you agree, let me know why you think it's so. If you don't agree, I really want to know why you don't agree, or you think it's even easier. People that, I'm not talking about dating apps in this video. There are also that one. If it's your thingy, yeah, not everybody believe in dating apps. It has worked for some people. It has helped people. It has also mad people. So it depends on your own preference. I'm not here to tell you whether it's right or wrong. Preference, very important, but be guided. Okay, think smart in everything you do. So guys, that's where I bring this video to an end. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up now. Like the video. I would like to read your comments. Share this video with as many people that you think might need it, and I'll be seeing you in my next one. Until then, stay blessed, remain intentional, and take good care of yourselves. Bye.